And here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count up to 37.
Oh!
No, gets burned!
Cabot, where did he come from? Here comes Zwack.
A push from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it Auto Club.
Final 6 are set. 3 winners for the VRX World Cup Series Championship. And we're going to host it here at Daytona Super Speedway. Tonight's race brought to you by VRX, Pimax, Thrustmaster, Butt Kicker, and most of all, the VRX simulators. For the VRX World Cup Series, I'm your host, Bradley Cooper, alongside Kevin Hazelwood. And Kevin, we just looked at the points. We're going to bring it back up on your screen. Mathematically, Kevin Mulcahy and Isaac Wilson tied for third. And you've got Chris Hodges, Brian Hennings that are right there on the cusp of getting that top 3 prize. What's it going to take here tonight? Just avoiding the wrecks? What's in store for us tonight?
Absolutely staying out of trouble, keeping that nose clean, keeping your head forward and pushing on through to the end, baby. It's going to be dangerous, it's going to be dirty, and it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun to watch from where we're sitting at. I'm glad I'm not down there with them, the pack racing here at Daytona, which is where they're at for the series out in the live world as well this week. It is crazy, and I look for it to be no different here tonight.
The action always good at Daytona, side by side for what could be the eternity of this race. These guys have done really well at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We saw pack racing for a consistent 60 laps. They had the fewest amount of cautions I think they had all season long, so kudos to them for putting that together.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's going to be a good race out here, but I'm telling you what, it's the championship race here tonight in the VRX World Cup Series. And they're going to be pushing for that win, for as much points as possible, because I'm telling you what, Philip Brewer's got it almost locked in for that number 1 position. Brand new wheel pretty much coming his way, but got a couple of them. Matt Gagnon looking to throw that down and say, mine, baby, with a big win here tonight possibly as well. We'll see how it comes out, though, Bradley. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, a good time here, especially with you up here in the booth calling this action. It is going to be a blast.
Going through qualifying right now. We've got about a minute left, and right now sitting on your pole is Kenny Reel in the number 11. We've got about 58 seconds left and still a few drivers out there on the racetrack. We're going to take you trackside right now and see if we can get some of these drivers up on the screen. There's number 4 of Matt Gagnon. Had a great week last week with that win. Chris M. Justice pulling off the track. Mike Shivers also pulling out. Kevin Mulcahy down on pit road. Let's see if Ashley Ellison Jr. has anything in store for us. And that's a lap for Ellison. Going to be 52.487, so that's going to be good enough for 12th position. Looks like we're going to have about 17, 18 cars out here tonight, Kevin, and it's been kind of a shorter field compared to what we started the season out with. It's going to be tougher for these guys that need a big jump in the points and all that advantage. It's going to be a lot tougher for them to get the positions between them and the guys they're trying to get around.
It's going to be quite interesting, like I said. These guys are going to be pushing for everything. And they're going to have that pedal to the metal the whole way around here. Only time they're going to lift is so they don't drive that front end through the rear end to someone else. It's going to be crazy.
Going out for warm-ups right now, and if we wanted to pull anybody up here and talk to him, I think we need to pick up Christopher Hodges. He's 5th in points right now, and mathematically, if he finishes in the top 3 and our top 2 in points have a bad night, he could win the top 3 prize. He could get that 3rd place in points. So let's bring the number 38 of Christopher Hodges up here into the booth if we can.
Great idea. See how he's feeling.
Do we have a Christopher Hodges in the booth?
Not seeing him on the comments.
Not seeing him in the Discord at all.
He's Christopher. He's Chris from Kentucky, isn't he?
Yeah. I think. Chris from Kentucky. Can you hear us, guy?
Yeah.
There he is. All right. So, Chris, we were just talking about you pre-race. We've got a lot going on here with the points. You're sitting 5th. Mathematically, if the guys that are in 2nd and 3rd or 3rd and 4th have a bad night, you could get that 3rd place prize. It is doable.
Yeah, definitely. I think that my plan is at the start of the race, we're not going to have a full field like we usually do. We're going to have a few less trucks. So definitely going to be interesting how a few of these guys handle it. My plan is to go ahead and just run in the back for most of the first part of the race and just kind of get my bearings like I did at Atlanta. I kind of stayed in the back most of that race until we got a late caution and we kind of bunched everything back up. So I'm hoping I'll be able to make my way up when it counts and just hope that be able to save my fast pair when I need it.
You have to excuse me. This has never happened, but I've lost my voice. Kevin, go ahead and take it away because I'm choking on something here.
He needs to wash it down with a nice cold Budweiser there, ladies and gentlemen. What is the problem here, Bradley? But either way, Chris, man, you've got a great chance out there. You've ran pretty consistent throughout the season here, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you push up there and hang back just towards the end so you can get that shot for the long run there at the end. That nice speed, coming out of 4 is all that you're looking for on one lap. So all you got to do is survive. It's all about survival out there. Good luck with it, driver.
Alrighty, thank you guys.
I'm looking for a W for you, brother. You get the dub out there, man. Put you up there in prize lane.
That's the plan.
Winning one of the 3 is wonderful. So good luck. Keep your head out there, man, and keep clean because it's gonna be exciting tonight.
Definitely. Thank you guys.
Appreciate your time, Chris.
Yes,
and yeah, I got my voice back. I found it. That's good.
Where'd you find it at there, Bradley?
I found it.
Was it hiding in the corner?
It was fine. It was at the bottom of that can of Coors Light.
Miller, can of Coors, Miller, Budweiser, Bud Light. I don't give a daggone what you're drinking.
Well, I can tell you what I give a daggone about. We're out here warming up right now.
Elixir of life.
The elixir of life. Would that be a Mountain Dew?
Absolutely correct there, Bradley, as we look at these gentlemen drive around the track. here at Daytona International Speedway, live on iRacing with V-Speed. It's going to be a great, great evening.
Number 12 machine tonight, I believe, will be driven by Teresa Spiker. We do have the IMAX vehicle out there on the racetrack. Speaking of IMAX,
really? Then switching up the driver there for the Pimax car. That's very nice.
well, speaking of Pimax, why don't we just go ahead and talk about it right now?
Tell me about that wonderful, beautifully designed and sculpted and held VR system. Go ahead.
The Pimax Portal is the only 4K VR gaming system compatible with Android cloud services and 144 hertz refresh rate. The Pimax Portal does it all. Get yours today at pimax.com/portal. So starting on the Pimax pole, that'll be the number 11 of Kenny Reel. Able to get it done in qualifying. We're getting ready to grid. And actually it's resetting right here. Let's see if we can get that corrected. Yes, it is the number 11. Wanted to make sure I wasn't completely full of it. But, you know, everybody will call me out in chat, I guarantee it. Here we go, set, ready to grid. On your screen, I can tell you right now, I'm excited to see what they have in store for us tonight. Starting on your first row, next to Kenny Reel, it's going to be Brian Hennings in the second position. He's just on the edge of that points cutoff that we talked about pre-race. Third position is going to be Kevin Mulcahy with Teresa Spiker in fourth. Fifth spot will belong to Mike Shivers with Chris M. Justice in sixth. Seventh spot will be Frank Perpin, David Collins in eighth. And rounding out your top 10 will be Jonathan Ray and the Fire-Breathing Dragon in 10th.
That's right, baby, right there. I'm talking good stuff. Number 11, Greg Spiker with Ashley Ellison Jr. in 12th place. 13th will be Jeremy Balin. The 14th position goes to Stephen Crone. Charles Keller Jr. sitting in 15th. 16th position will be Philip Brewer. 17th is Isaac Wilson. 18th, Justin Ritchie with 19th position being held by Benjamin Richards. 20th, Christopher Hodges, that man we just had up in the booth with us. 21st will be Stephen Hines. And we've got Connor Gordon as well.
Yeah, we got Stephen Douglas Hines rounding out your field, and timing and scoring doesn't have a 21st position for me, so something definitely got broken here in the midst of all of that, but nonetheless.
19 positions on the track. Is that correct?
I'm showing 20. I don't really know. We know that the 55 of I believe it's the 55 of Justin Ritchie is actually going to be the officiator for tonight's race. Lights are out on the pace truck, getting side by side. I did it last week. I'm going to let you go first though this week, Kevin. Who's your pick?
I have not picked a different driver all season here in the VRX World Cup Series. So for tonight, I will let you know right now that it's still going to be the number 4, breathing fire down the track, burning the field up. Matt Gagnon all the way. He's going to do it back-to-back.
Well, if I had to make a pick, I know I jumped on the bandwagon last week, but this week, I think I'm going to go with the 99 of Kevin Mulcahy.
That's okay. I like Kevin Mulcahy, too. He drives fantastic. Been very consistent all year long. And he's actually fighting for something fierce right now. I do believe he is third position in points. Is that correct?
Yeah, that would be correct. Here we come. Pace truck pulls off. Getting ready for championship night at VRX World Cup Series Daytona race number 8 underway. Coming off of turn number 4, it looks like the number 818 of Brian Hennings is going to lead the first lap. Kevin Mulcahy giving a good solid push there on that outside. Teresa Spiker on the bottom all by herself, trying to get some help. She has the 52, I think, of Chris Justice back there, but hasn't been able to get a push.
Yeah, you know, it's tough for them out there. They don't like to always get up in the backside of them right there in the beginning. First couple laps out here, they do try to like to warm them tires up, get a little heat underneath them, so let them slides around too much. Plus, you gotta watch the entries on these turns. That tire touches, and I mean touches, that little groove in that yellow paint there by the apron, and wee doggy, you can have a fun time coming up in that pack.
He's having a fun time right now. Brian Hennings, he's got a mirror full of the 99 of Mulcahy. They have not separated since lap 1, turn 1. He's doing a heck of a job right now, pushing the 818 to a pretty substantial lead for Daytona. That is substantial.
Absolutely. They, it's really tough to get away from the pack here. You get the draft speed going on. You've got all these great straightaways here. If you can hook up with one driver, you're pretty much good to go on there. If you can hook up with 2 or more, like the 52 and the 11 coming down the inside right now, pushing around through, taking the inside lead away from Brian Hennings and Kevin Mulcahy there. But that is all right. It's very early in the race, and they've got a long way to go.
Long way to go, but here it is, Kenny Reel, and that's being labeled as a 29. Little mistake there with the trading paints, but that's the 11 of Kenny Reel leading this thing on lap number 4. 7:07 of David Collins there, and the 12 blinks out there for a brief moment. Teresa Spiker did blink out, and that was the 5th position. Not a lot of shoving.
That can be a little terrifying.
Oh, for sure.
Well, if you've got people having that light connection issue there, and sometimes it's not even a connection, it could be something to do with a hardware or software issue going on the machine that they're running on. So, but when that happens, man, it's a scary thing, especially if it's for a long period of time, because you do not know where they are, and if you pass, they could come back inside, and an incident is just waiting to happen. So, I'm enjoying it, though. They're doing a great job keeping things clean and green out there on the track right now here at Daytona International Speedway. Live on iRacing.
There's a little blink again. We were riding on board with the 12 of Spiker. Let's check back in with our guy that we had back here in the pre-race. That's the 38 of Christopher Hodges. He's actually outside of the draft. I'm not sure if he's just playing it safe. He did talk pre-race about how he wanted to take it easy, possibly.
He's not exactly outside of it just yet, but he's really close to not being in a good spot. Let's leave it at that.
We also have the 93 that he needs to have a bad night. The 99 who's all the way up towards the top 5. Mulcahy and Wilson are tied for 3rd. Hodges is going to have to get up there at some point. We don't have a lot of laps at this place. I know a lot of the time in leagues, it's a good mindset to let the wrecks happen. There's just not a lot of laps for that to happen here tonight.
93 taking that inside line. He's making his way up through the track right now. Absolutely not. We've only got 45 laps here at Daytona tonight here at VRX's World Cup Series Championship race for that Thrustmaster T248 system that they are giving away to the winner of the Clean Series this year. It is going to be interesting to see if they can keep it as clean as they're doing right now for the entire night. People are still pushing, making their passes. They're doing it 3 wide on the outside and sometimes right up the gut in the middle, but it's hard to get that tight lines that they're running right now. 818 and 99. Hennings and Mulcahy making that push on the outside. They've got a great line behind them now.
Seems like the outside has worked well. You did see the 11 of Kenny Reel lead briefly there for a second, and then the outside reorganized. Inside has not been organized all race long. You can see the 12 who didn't have help at the start of this race has fallen all the way back to the 9th position since lap 1.
Yeah, she'll make up the time there as long as no accidents happen. Teresa can handle the wheel just fine. Most of the things that have went down on there has either been a hardware malfunction that I've seen by a couple of drivers on throughout the series that we've watched up here near you, and that race with Alec as well. But no one really lets things get out of their hands too much, and they are being a little squirrely up front right now, but I just think they're trying to keep that grip tight on their tires, so.
Down on the bottom now, the 52 of Chris M. Justice starting to give some shoves. The Doritos machine starting to push back. Almost at Kenny Reel, a lap led. This time by, not going to be enough, though. 818 of Hennings gets another one. That's going to be 4 for him out of 9. He's got a great partner behind him.
Brian Hennings and Kevin Mulcahy. Mulcahy, like I said earlier, I mentioned it, you did it as well at the beginning of this whole thing we started today. He's sitting up there 3rd in points right now. If he can just hold position, that's a great place to be at. Max Poole coming his way. Either way, if he can gain 2nd, 3rd, or 1st position out here, it'll be a beautiful thing for that driver.
Checking in with your points, leader Philip Brewer, currently in the 10th position, started back in 16th. Now, we talk about the butt kicker, biggest mover of the race, but at Daytona, it really is going to be hard to keep track of that. And anybody at any point can be up 10-plus positions. We could mention their name, and they could fall out of the top 10 very quickly. It's just a product of how things work here at Daytona.
I don't think we should mention the butt kicker's biggest mover until the last 5 laps.
Ryan Hennings,
Otherwise,
still
we'll
your
have
leader.
15 of them.
We've got the 11 of Kenny Reel on the inside. Kevin Mulcahy, Chris M. Justice, and Ashley Ellison Jr. has cracked the top 5. On the outside there.
I think Ashley had pushed up there just a moment earlier. She was part of that. She's the 133 truck out there pushing with Kevin and Brian on the outside that pushed him to the lead for the last couple laps there. It does appear that Mr. Reel
Ashley is a dude.
has taken that back over.
I believe Ashley is a dude.
I really do hate iRacing for the way that they do the names on here. The name on the card is the name that you get.
It is what it is. I can tell
Quite
you this.
deceptive sometimes.
iRacing definitely wants you to use your real name, and they kind of base it off of your credit card information, which they have no problem running.
That's what I meant. That's what I said. Yeah. It's based off the name on the card.
So,
payment information.
Yeah, it could be a completely different name.
707 traveling up there. Woo! That was a little close.
Yeah, they were getting squirrely out of 4 there. I thought for a second
Quick, yes, sir.
there was going to be a spin because the 133 and the 707 got really close.
It was a tight little corner there. That's okay though. They're acting like professionals on the track right now, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 12 coming around of 45 here with VRX at Daytona. Bradley, this is actually really nice to see right now with the great job everyone's doing on the track.
Now, looking through the field, we were talking pre-race about the 55, and I just got a message prior to this event that he was going to race, and now I don't even see the 55 on the field, so I'm just curious as to what was going on there. Trying to find some information. Had some information. Bad intel. We're going to chalk it up to
Absolutely. You'll have that every now and then, you know. It does go down like that. People are holding back in the back of the field. They still think that things are going to go down out here. I'm really curious to see as to why they're being so cautious about everything on the track right now, Bradley.
Well, I can see the accordion effect of some of these guys checking up. You had the 818 and the 11 out front, pretty much in front of Chris Justice and Kevin Mulcahy. the entirety of this run. We're 13 laps in. These guys have got to be getting hot. And the people that are further back, I would say 7th place on back, are starting to get these giant runs on cars that can't push as hard. So that's where plate racing really can test your patience, because you're in a traffic jam at 150 plus all the time.
They're running 185 right now in the middle of the pack, Bradley. I love it. I love getting up that fast in that truck, getting around the track, making that swerve right to the right, coming up that middle line, getting that speed real quick up through there. It's a lot of fun, especially when you can make it happen, make it quick. You got the 57 out there behind the 133, just waiting patiently is Steven Crone. I got a feeling he's going to make a move on up on the outside within 10 to go of this race, if they can keep it as clean as they've done so far.
Going on board here with the 52 of Chris M. Justice. See what it takes to get around this place. This is how patient you have to be. Will be our setup, and look how consistent he's being with the wheel. A little bit of drag there on the exit of 4. It starts to push you to the outside. You have to put a little extra wheel into it, but you don't want to overdo it and hit that apron. Now as he comes through the tri-oval, a big shove there. Almost a little too soon, but he knows what he's doing. Gives Kenny Real a good shove into 1.
Nice square tap as they come right before the turn. Not in the turn, but right before the turn was Chris M. Justice with that bump there. Good bump drafted going on here up towards the front of the track, giving that speed to everyone else behind them right now. It's a beautiful thing to see, as I've stated a couple times here today, Brandon, but this is wonderful, wonderful action going on here at Daytona. It's beautiful. That's great.
When I said 150, I meant kilometers per hour. That's what I was. I'm going to go back to that. I keep being wrong. So that's where I am right now. I'm still getting over
You
that.
weren't wrong.
How stupid.
I never
You
said
have to be.
I never said you were wrong. I get it though. Did you something else now?
I said 150 plus.
Yeah, see, now we're analyzing semantics. Doesn't matter at all, because we're still on the track. They're still rolling through here amazingly at Daytona, and my absolutely wonderful broadcast colleague here is going to actually get to see something go down. I thought we were going to see it 707 and 57 just touched it.
Remember, you're using the metric system. I need you to convert it to freedom units for me, okay? Let's do that from now on.
Absolutely, I can do that. They were going at the speed of woohoo!
A lot better than the pacing that we saw at the beginning of this season. These guys have done an excellent job here at Daytona. We're almost halfway through this race, and not a single car has lost this draft. We see the 57 of Steven Crone there. A slight little hiccup. These cars probably starting to get a little loose with the tire heat.
He's got a little paint missing off the front left of his truck right there. 57 and 707 had a little tap there. Back a couple turns. But that's okay. Nothing too major going. What he needs to keep in mind, though, is blocking. That's what the 57 needs to do. Just block, 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 block. Steven Crone, throw your block out, baby. You've got the 44 behind you, Philip Brewer. And you know, he's looking. We got him touching again. Now he's missing paint. Front left, rear left, probably a little bit on the backside, because I guarantee that number 44 has tapped him a couple times.
That 57 is looking loose, and I would have to venture to say that there's not a lot of feedback in that wheel right now. It's getting light.
Absolutely, getting a little easy to control rather than hard. Not really easy either. It's going to start sliding all over the place here shortly with that wind cutting in and out. 133 in front of him there. Ashley Olsen Jr. has a little up and down on the line there.
Getting crazy here with 19 laps complete at Daytona. Working on lap number 20 now.
Oh, they're getting whirly. You know,
Oh, the car in the wall. That's a 133 of
In the
Ellison
wall.
Jr. and the 57 now into the
and the
wall.
57 in the wall as well. They're
Followed her
dropping back like flies.
Followed the 133 up there into the outside wall, and everybody able to hold it together. I saw that coming. Those two have both been kind of sliding up the track. Do you think that outside line is wearing the tires out a little faster than everyone else?
I don't think the line is getting wore out by that. Once again, they're what is it? Trying to break the draft. I heard that term the other day, and what people don't realize when they do that is it causes the person behind them to lose traction underneath with the way that the track's warmed up with you swirling around like that. So they're breaking that draft to keep them off their rear end, but what they're really causing is things to go really bad longer into the run. As they catch back up, 57's going to cut his way back up through the middle there in the back of the pack there. Hopefully he can do that safely.
For those of you that have ever been on an airplane and experienced turbulence, that's what we can equate it to when these guys break the draft. It's a sudden flux of air that causes massive disruption in the handling of these trucks. It's especially difficult in these low horsepower trucks. They're a lower power truck because they rely so much on aerodynamics to keep them momentum into the turns. And as soon as you break that draft, that downforce is gone. It sucks it right to the outside.
Absolutely nothing holding that truck dead to the track. Here they go again, ladies and gentlemen. And coming around the turns onto the backstretch, they're going to make some moves. On the in and outside, down the middle, it is going to be some fun stuff, as it has been the entire race so far, ladies and gentlemen. They've been doing a great job keeping things clean out here. Only a couple little taps, bumps, and bruises to the drivers.
With Matt Gagnon in the number 4, he's worked his way just outside the top 10. Getting ready to breathe some fire, and somebody else that's also been on the move. The 38 of Hodges was up in front. Well, I said that, and now he's back to 20th. It looks like he's not willing to roll the dice quite yet. Running out of time, though. 38 might have to start considering making some risky moves.
I think he actually dropped back when that little incident happened earlier. He might have got touched a little bit, one side or the other, on his vehicle there.
Unfortunately for him, the partner that he has to push, if he wants to go up through this field, he has the 93 of Isaac Wilson just in front of him. So we were talking about the situation with how it has to go. We'll bring those points back up on your screen. As you can see, mathematically, Chris Hodges is 10 points away from Isaac Wilson and Kevin Mulcahy. He needs both these drivers to have a bad night, and the 99 has been running in the top 3 pretty much all race long.
Well, Isaac Wilson's sitting in the back right now, 18th position. So that's one of the two having that bad night, as you like to so well put it. But I do not know. Mulcahy's still sitting in 5th place right now. Kind of sitting pretty for his position to stand strong for the evening.
Yeah, Mulcahy been in and out of the top 5. He's right there on the edge. He pushes the 818 again for another lap. Almost got that one that time by. The 818 has 14 laps led out of these 25.
Absolutely. We've got 21 laps to go here at Daytona. No cautions, no yellows. Just a couple little stalls in the action for a moment for 2 of them. Not everybody. That pedal is down on the mat in every one of them vehicles right now, and they are trying to make things happen. Kenny Reel and Brian Hennings.
That was Greg Spiker. He got shoved out of line in the 57. Oh, there's the contact.
Oh, there it is.
There's the turbulence we were talking about. There's crash number 1 of the night, the 32. Jeremy Bailey involved, the 65, Greg Spiker, and I believe that was the 57 of Stephen Crone. He's still trying to get this thing corrected. Let's go back and watch this instant replay because we saw it happening right there live on your screen.
Absolutely, Bradley. It was a doozy. It was a doozy.
You can see
Looks
the
like
turbulence
the-
change here. The 57 dives in front of the 65.
65, 57, and 32.
Watch that 57
Three
come off that
originally
wall.
involved. Oh, he's got some speed, man. The 65 clips the 32 in the rear end. The rear end then in turn hits the 57, and whoo! There it goes, baby. We do a 180 in two different vehicles, and the 57 then taps the 65 at the end of it there to go ahead and give it the all good send-off.
But what I can tell you is for sure the 65 of Spiker followed the 57 of Crone. We can go back and watch that one more time. Actually rewind it a little bit too far, but we'll go back and watch it one more time just to show you. Spiker gets kind of shoved out of line or maybe lets off on the backstretch right here, drops to the middle, lets everyone by. The 57 doesn't expect that. Gets a little tucked into the wall, bounces off. And that turbulence you were talking about earlier sucked that 65 car right down to the bottom and hit the 32.
Right down to him.
That is all she wrote.
That
That's
is
classic.
racing, though, Bradley.
That is racing. At Daytona, that is exactly how it happens. And fortunately, it was
Not
a
going to
little bit
say
deeper
much
in
to
the
him,
field.
though, buddy. They had 20... I apologize for that, but they had 25 laps ran pretty much before that happened. So kudos to all the drivers on the track.
Oh, for sure. They did a great job, and we're halfway through this race. 57 able to get that
Well
faster
over.
pair. Can he reel back out?
Oh, it's a
on the
brand new
track?
race here. We got a 20-lap shootout essentially coming up here for the championship at the VRX World Cup Series championship race.
Well, what I can tell you we're going to do, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to pace around Daytona. You're watching the VRX World Cup Series live from Daytona. We'll be back right after this.
I played a couple of simulators and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving, it feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Race truck getting ready to pull off at lap 28, starting lap 29. We're going to ride on board this restart with Chris M. Justice. And we're going to turn it up loud.
Big bump.
Getting a big shove there on the back of Kenny Reel by Chris Justice. Keeping up front in the lead. Got really close there at the restart. The 29 dropped right down in front of him. I think they're on the same page. The 818 and the 99 hooked up again. But Kenny Reel's going to lead this time by. It seems like the partnerships, even halfway through this race, have stayed tried and true to maintaining that top four.
Absolutely. They just want to see somebody walk away that they know with the winning prizes is what it seems like to me there, Bradley. It doesn't matter, though. It's a good time out there on the track. We're seeing great racing here at Daytona, here at your VRX World Cup Series Championship race this evening. And, I mean, there's not much you can really say or do about it. Canadian Hennings and Kenny Reel and Chris M. Justice, they're just sticking together like birds of a feather right now.
All right, on board with the 707 of David Collins. He's in the 6th spot, started back in 8th. We haven't done our Thrustmaster through the field. It would be a little bit difficult, but if we were to just bring that graphic up on the screen, Collins has started and finished inside the top 10 a couple different times this season, looking to get maybe a top 5 this time around.
I like the way you did that there. A little unique through the field here in the championship race. As you call that down, that's clever, Mr. As they come through.
I've lost all volume from you, Kevin. Completely lost Kevin here for a moment. We're going to try to get him back up here, but in your lead through the field, it's been Kenny Reel for 17 laps led. Second most led would be the 818 of Brian Hennings. These guys have been battling it out all race long, side by side, continuously since the green flag drops. And we have a car down on the apron. It looks like Stephen Douglas Hines.
Absolutely. Actually had two of them collide and have a little incident. They were coming across that front stretch. I had an animal jump through the scene here on my end of things, and I had to take care of things out. I apologize for that mid-sentence.
Rogue animals jumping around in Kevin Hazelwood's production booth. Thought I told V-Speed to take care of that.
I left a window open.
The raccoons are getting it.
2 cats, a chimpanzee, 3 raccoons, and a dog all came in at one time. It was like a zoo in here. It was magnificent. Still got great action, though, on the track, though, right now. And there was the yellow flag.
Looks like the 57 of Stephen Crone gets loose again. Single car incident, and we were seeing some issues there with Crone. It almost appears as if his wheel is not giving him force feedback, because every input that the 57 has put in here tonight It's been
has been
kinda
almost
erratic.
too much.
Yeah, it's kind of
That's exactly right. Everything he's done.
It's been up and down. Let's go on board here with him in the gyro and watch this wheel. He gets a little help. It was the 75, I believe, of Charles Keller Jr.
Absolutely was, sir. Got him on the inside left.
The door's
Not
not
a very
open.
good feeling.
57 was not
Just
clear. We can go through the drone camera
Not a
here.
good feeling.
Go on the blimp camera, and you can see the 75 gets his nose there on the inside of the entry at 3. He's trying to get around the 67. They're almost 3 wide. Not a good feeling at all.
Yeah, not a good feeling at all. No. Especially he got spun sideways and then kicked back around. Coming back live here.
Coming back live, and the 57 of Stephen Crone going to park it down pit road for now. Let's see if getting some service done to that machine. Might be able to make it back out there, but I'd say the day is pretty much done here for the 57 team of Steve Crone. Unfortunate end to the season here. 75 also hits pit road with a little bit of damage there on the right front. We talked about how important this race can be for a lot of these drivers, but some of these guys that are out here, they're not racing for any prizes. They're still participating to try to get a win. The situation that they have right now. Yeah, they're just racing, but they also
Pure pride, baby. That's exactly right.
They're also going to put themselves up on a very limited list of names. We've got the number 4 of Matt Gagnon, the 44 of Philip Brewer, and then we have, I believe that was a Talladega winner who is not here tonight. I've drawn a blank here for our other winner, so I'm going to bring it up on the screen and cheat a little bit. It's Jesse Baker. That's a very limited list of names to be a part of.
Absolutely limited. Hard to beat Philip Brewer when he's in the zone out there. We thought it would stick to just the 1.5 mile tracks. We haven't really seen him too much. Actually, yes, we did. We seen him win Daytona already once this year in the qualifiers at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, we did, and that was one of the races that we talked about, just kind of deciding who's going to be in this top 30. We didn't really have a clue what was going on at the time, but once we got it all sorted, the 20 positions that got into this, or 20 positions that got into the race, officially were drivers racing for an opportunity to participate in this league. The first 10 drivers had paid their way in, so they're already locked into the bunch. The other drivers, like Philip Brewer, Matt Gagnon, and those bunch, had to finish well in both those heat races and get a good average. And now here we are 8 races later, and it's less than 9 points separating your leader from Matt Gagnon.
That's right, breathing fire down the necks of everybody. He's got either a butt kicker system possibly coming his way. He could get up there towards the front and get the championship and win that T248, could Mr. Matt Gagnon. He could do a little bad for the evening and drop back just enough and walk out still, 3rd place with a Pimax portal. It's all circumstantial, because we're still live on the track right now. We've got the pace truck lights out. He's going to take that dive here momentarily. They're going to come up into turns 3 and 4 here in just a second. And the race is going to be back on for the championship here at Daytona. Bradley, this is where it gets bone cutting right here.
Very interesting, and I'm excited to crown our champion. Our top 3 in the points. Post-race interviews as such, we'll try to get your top 3 in the finishing order of points up here in the booth as well. But excited to see it. Pace truck getting ready to make the left-hand turn. The official pace truck of iRacing, that Chevy Silverado. Kenny Rio, Brian Hennings, Chris M. Justice, and Kevin Mulcahy, your top 4. It's been pretty consistent all night long. We're going to hit the loud pedal again and back racing for the 3rd time tonight. Good push here into 1. For real. Mulcahy and Hennings not able to get it worked out. They got a big jump, though, over the rest of the pack. You can see back here to Teresa Spiker and David Collins. That's a big gap there.
Chris M. Justice pulling out in front of the 818 there, coming in to turn 4, 3 and 4 there. He got a big push from the 818 of Brian Hennings. Might get the lead for this lap, will Chris M. Justice. If they can stay hooked up, the 3 of them on the outside there, might have a big lead change.
There they go on the outside. It looks like the 12 moved up the lane as well.
Look who's nuzzled his way up. He's in 2nd place right now, right behind Kenny Reel.
That would be the 44 of
Look
Philip
who's
Brewer.
now going to be starting on
And
the
we got a yellow.
outside line. That's exactly right. Look who's starting on the outside line. It looks like Greg Spiker, Isaac Wilson, and Mike Shivers were all involved in that.
Mike Shivers, but most importantly, the 93 of Isaac Wilson, who's in the top 3 of these
Isaac Wilson
points.
gone.
He's going to have damage. He should have a fast repair to get this machine back underway, but that's going to set him back. And these guys that stayed in the back of the field all race long, looks like it hasn't paid off.
The 93 catching the 65 to begin this. Get this pulled up as good as you can, man. This is going to be a doozy to watch. It was in the back. We weren't focused on it. I mean, let's go everywhere, Bradley.
93 gets into the back of the 65. I think the 65 of Greg Spiker had to check up there momentarily. He was getting a big run here on the outside.
Oh, I didn't even catch it. The 9 was involved. Yeah, that was a big incident right there for Bradley. We got about 5 or 6 cars involved in there.
Oh, and the 38 of Hodges also involved in that.
Can you get us a blimp view of it so we can get a good look at things?
Look at, there's the check up there with the 65. Has to lift for the 9 of Benjamin Richards, who gets sent sideways. Let's get another good look at that. It was only about 4 or 5 laps to go when they take this restart. This is going to be really close.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that tap right there. That gets the 75. The 32 of Jeremy Bailey able to sneak through it.
Right through it. I was about to get that. You beat me. I don't know if he... Yeah, he did. He's right by everything, ladies and gentlemen. What a lucky dog that man is there.
Just able to get through it.
Wow.
Blinks there for a second. He does make some contact.
Just a little, though, man. Not enough to matter. Wow. I love a lucky little sneak by there.
We're down for the aerial camera. And that's just a quick blink there. There's a lot of blinking going on back in the back of the pack. But as we get rounded back up, Kenny Rio, Philip Brewer, Chris M. Justice, and Matt Gagnon. Gagnon up here in the top 5 as well. He saw Brewer get up there in the top 5. He said, I'm going to start getting up there as well. He needs Brewer to fall back behind him. Probably 5 or 6 positions for him to have a chance at the top championship prize. And ultimately, we talk about the different prize sets, the Pimax portal, the butt kicker, whole sound system, and our T248 Thrustmaster racing wheel. Most of all, you're going to be crowned a VRX World Cup Series champion at the end of this race. And that, in itself, the bragging rights to say that you were the best in this league for 8 races. When we thought Philip Brewer had it locked up. And can you even conceive that we would have this tight of a battle with all the races that the 44 won this season?
You know, I didn't think it would be within 9 points of him in second place, to be honest with you. Even though he wasn't here for one of the super speedway races, I didn't think it would be that. But we're here now with 5 laps to go. They're 1 to green. And it's going to be great.
Restart. 4 laps to go on this green flag. Green, white checkers are on. Quick race recap. We've had 15 lead changes, 3 cautions here tonight. If you're just joining us, this is the VRX World Cup Series Championship race. Race number 8 here on V-Speed. If you like what you see, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We bring you all kinds of different content. We're going to be bringing you Truck Series races for the VSRL on Monday nights, starting September 9th, I do believe. That is a Monday, correct? Yeah. Here we are looking at the schedule, going through the pages. That'll be the 11th. So September 11th. Pretty easy date, I think, for anyone born before 2001 to remember. And Tuesday nights, we're going to be bringing flag-to-flag coverage of BTDY. That will be a mixture of different cars, the Gen 4 and the Next Gen Cup Series. Saturday nights include the Saturday Night Racing League. And if you haven't, go check out V-Speed 2. Currently, the Champion Motorsport Truck Series is running live. So a lot more content to be consumed here on V-Speed. But we have 4 to go here for the VRX World Cup Series. And the pace truck's going to pull off to dedicate this one. I think you take it from here.
Well, you know, they're off on the track there, Bradley. It's going to be an interesting time. We're here live on iRacing, and I've got a storm going on at my house.
A storm going on. There's a storm in the back.
And there's apparently one on the track. That's what I was going to say. I seen the wreck, but I wasn't sure if it'd come across through there or not. I'm going real haywire here. It's not too good at the house.
12 of Teresa Spiker is involved in that. We're going to get it up here live on your replay. This restart just went wrong. The 32 gets a jump, runs into the back of the 12. That's not the initial cause of this accident. They make it to turn 1. The 818 of Hennings gets to the outside. That's the 133 of Ellison Jr. The 12 gets sideways. I'm not really sure. We'll have to get a different angle of that. I'm not really sure about that at all.
You know what I am not sure about? Do they have green-white checkers?
They have green-white checkers, yes. Looks like the 32 of Jeremy Bailey tries to go 3 wide through the middle. It's just not there. Gets into the right rear quarter panel of the 12. This machine, considerable damage on that right front. Let's get this from the blimp camera. Yeah, there's not room there. 32 puts his nose in between the 75 and the 12. And then that's all she wrote. That's 100% what happened there. Don't get sucked up in a tornado, Kevin. I don't think I can afford to run these last 3 laps without you.
I don't think I'm going to have that go down there, Bradley, but it's definitely affected how everything is running right now at the house.
Lights flickering.
Yes.
Is the house haunted?
No. No. Absolutely no haunting of the house going on here. So we're going to have 2 laps remaining here when the green flag drops. That's what you're telling me, correct?
I believe so. We're going to go around.
All right.
We're going to get our green-white checker here set up, and there's the reset from 4 to 3 to go. Going to take the green flag, the white flag, and the checkered flag. We're going to get 2 attempts at this. Kenny Reel has been leading the vast majority of these laps, 27 to be exact, and we're going into overtime for VRX World Cup Series. They said this season wasn't long enough to dedicate and dictate the champion. We're going to have to run it in overtime laps to decide if Philip Brewer has enough points over Matt Gagnon. And don't be surprised if some shaky, shady moves happen. That dragon cannot be tamed. Philip Brewer in the right situation here to seal up the points deal and become champion for VRX. But anything can happen, and you see a couple different drivers that are on the cusp of that top 3 in your top 5. Brian Hennings there in the 5th position. He's led quite a few laps as well tonight. 15 led for him. Kevin Mulcahy back here in 7th, and he'll be starting on that outside row right behind Brian Hennings. So look to see a big push here on the outside during this restart. Christopher Hodges, another driver we talked about and talked to in pre-race. He is in the 10th position. Hasn't really found any partners yet, but look for him to try to get up there to the front. Then the 93 of Isaac Wilson. He's starting 12th from this restart. He got involved in that contact there with the caution, 2 cautions ago. He's got that truck repaired. He's got a lot of ground to make up, but it is doable.
You know, it's over. Brewer up in the top 3 right now. If he can hold it for 2 laps, it's over. Gagnon in the top 5. If he can hold it for 2 laps, it's over. And yet again, you've got Kevin Mulcahy sitting in 7th position, top 10. If he can hold it, it's over. Now, if one of those 2 can get in front of Philip Brewer and get far enough in front of him, may get a new championship winner there. But if those guys can hold where they're at, Bradley, I'll say it yet again, it's over.
It's a big if, though. This is Daytona, and anything can happen. We could have a caution, a big wreck here at the front. You know, guys are eager to get up there and get those positions. Matt Gagnon's going to give one heck of a push to the 11, the 29, if you will, of Kenny Reel. You know the 99 and the 818 have worked well together all race long. They're going to be starting there on the inside row. It's anybody's game, and there's still plenty of positions up for grabs in these 2 laps.
Those drivers I named know exactly what I just said is true to fact, and they aren't going to be trying to do anything crazy for a big win or anything, because they have the win. It's in the bag.
Well, I mean, that's great. That's fine and dandy. I understand exactly what you're saying. It's the other 20 cars behind them that I think might make that situation a little difficult. That's what I'm worried about. We've seen it all season long, guys willing to risk and make these gutsy calls, these crazy moves on the last lap. We're going to find out.
Well, buddy, 2 laps. Here they come. Pace truck's diving. And we're going racing, man, at Daytona. Come on, Matt.
Racing, and we're going to dedicate this lap to our champion. Let's find out who it's going to be. Big jump here for the 4 and the 44. Big push to Justice and Reel.
I'm telling you what. Know how to do it.
Big run here on the outside. The 818 gets
Look
up to
at
the
Hennings,
high
you see him
side.
out there.
Hennings and Mulcahy possibly having a run. The 29 gets up in front of the 818.
Oh, we got a
It was
bump.
not clear. Now Mulcahy to the bottom.
Big bump there.
That was a block there by the 29, the 11, whatever. He did not have the room. And now a shove here for the 4 and the 99. They push the 133 to the outside. The 93 now of Isaac Wilson is getting a run.
Buddy boy, it is on like Donkey Kong white flag out here at Daytona, Bradley. The number 2 jumping up on the outside there. He's going to try to make that run up and get up in the top. Not able to get it, though. Cut off in the long run. 44, Philip Brewer, perched
Big run
and
here
waiting,
for the 818 up
waiting
through
to
the
strike.
middle of the 38. A big shove and contact to the outside. That was the
Contact. They
2.
held it together, though. They held it together. That number 2, that is correct, sir, yes.
Douglas Hines holds
Here
it
they
together.
come, Bradley. Here they
but
come.
Chris M. Justice off
And
of turn
look at
4.
Philip Brewer outside
Philip Brewer
lane.
with a big shove.
Philip Brewer.
Philip Brewer wins the race. And he's going to be the champion.
Number 7. Number 7. No questions asked, ladies and gentlemen. The number 44 of Philip Brewer, your champion. There's no question about that right there. 7 wins, Bradley. 7 wins. And my boy is sitting in the infield up next to the safety tires.
Philip Brewer
That
gets
was a
it done.
magnificent wreck.
Let's go
Do we
back
got
and
the
take a
wreck?
look at it. We do. Big shove here on the
That
inside,
man-
the outside. Justice lost all of his momentum there. Justice is able to come across the line in 6, but he did it through the grass.
It looked like Matt was trying to get up there, man, and clip the rear end of somebody.
You're back here on board with Chris M. Justice.
Oh no, Matt got pushed. Gagnon was pushed by the yellow and blue VRX, got him a little squirrely whirly. And then, oh man, havoc on the track right there at the end.
Philip Brewer able to edge out Isaac Wilson, who gets the 2nd position. He might edge out. This is going to, yeah, he's going to edge Mulcahy for the 3rd spot by 1 position.
Isaac Wilson?
Isaac Wilson, he's getting 2nd.
Oh, he came
the
in
race.
2nd place? Absolutely did. Did Mulcahy get Matt Gagnon with that? Even though Gagnon got a top 5.
We're going to bring it up here on the screen. Figuring all these points out, it's going to be close.
I'm killing you with math, baby. I love it though. I love to mess your world up right now. It's gonna become
Bringing
a
up
good
those
pleasure
points
of
one
mine.
more time. There was 4 points separating Gagnon to Mulcahy to Isaac Wilson. And with the 5th place finish of Gagnon, man, that's going to be close. I don't know if they're going to decide that based off of wins, because we might possibly have a tie. I don't know. I
That
don't
might
wanna
push him into
officially
3rd
put
place.
anything out there. I don't want to officially announce anything. I know that all these guys have been really close all season long.
What's the points? What's the points given for 5th place?
Mathematically, man, I have no idea because there's laps left.
Oh, okay. You don't know how they're doing it. I got you.
Yeah, I have no idea on that. Officially, unofficially, right now though, Philip Brewer is going to be your champion and race winner. And the 44 burns it down, takes it to the grass.
That is absolutely fantastic. We know who the winner of the Thrustmaster T248 system is. And that's the man flashing across the screen right now, Philip Brewer. That's a fact. Fact. Correct, Bradley? 7 wins?
7
no
wins.
math needs to be done for that, right?
I don't know if it's 7. I think it's 6. Was it 7? I don't know. I think it was 6
I think
officially.
8 technically.
We got 7 wins up there with Jesse Baker Gagnon and Philip Brewer with 5, so I believe it's going to be 6 to total out the season. We're going to get an official count on all of these statistics.
He won both of the friggin' qualification races for the thing, too.
So technically, yes. He did get a win in one of the qualifiers.
Technically, he's a bad, bad man. That's all we're saying right there. It's the winner here at Daytona, Philip Brewer. Wow.
So VRX World Cup Series champion Philip Brewer. We're going to get a post-race interview with your top 3 of the race and try to pull up what we think will be officially your top 3 in points. We're going to get an official word from the league. But we're going to take a quick commercial break while we round up that information for you. This is VRX World Cup Series live on V-Speed. We'll be back right after this.
I played a couple of simulators and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving, it feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Back here live at Daytona Super Speedway. the VRX World Cup Series. We have concluded our final race, number 8, to crown our champion. We have post-race interviews with our top 3 running down pit road right now, catching up with the number 99 who ran a stellar race all race long, finishing in your top 3. That is the number 99 of Kevin Mulcahy.
Kevin, how you doing, buddy?
Could be better. Could be better. It was a great race, but Isaac got me.
Absolutely, brother. Apparently, you already know 1 point.
Yep. I don't know where he came from, but that ending was crazy, and I didn't know where he came from. I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me?
Well, big old wreck happened right there, right at the end, and y'all were all really, really close amongst each other. The inside line fell apart. Y'all come up around the outside, and he was trailing through and missed all the incident and got the speed, man. It was a great finish. It's a great finish. Unfortunate for you. Great finish, though, man. You got 3rd place yet again. You've been up on the podium all series long, so congratulations on that 3rd yet again, brother.
Oh, thank you. It's been fun. It was a fun time. I had a great blast with these guys here.
Absolutely. You got anybody you want to shout out once again?
Yeah, I love to thank VRX, Pimax, Thrustmaster, Superior Performance, and the guys all the guys in the event. It's been a great time. I love it. And I will definitely be back.
Well, we enjoyed calling you. We enjoyed watching it. And we sure hope we get to do it again sometime, Kevin. It was great talking with you. Good race, brother. 3rd place, Mr. Kevin Mulcahy.
Kevin, I'm sorry, man. That sucks, but great season, man.
Yeah, no biggie. I'm happy with 4th. Great run, great times. You guys did a great broadcast. Love it.
Appreciate that.
Thanks, driver. Have a great evening, sir.
You too.
3rd place finisher here tonight, and 4th place officially in the points. We're going to bring that points graphic up for you right now, if we can. And
we're going to catch up with Isaac Wilson, right?
Yeah, we're going to catch up with Isaac Wilson, our 2nd place finisher, but I'm going to put this up on the screen. That is how tight it was. And that minus 17 is the points back from Philip Brewer to Matt Gagnon, but -1 points is the separation between 2nd and 3rd place, and also the separation between 3rd and 4th. It was that tight the whole time.
Teeth and nail all season long for these guys. It was beautiful. Philip Brewer, man, running away with it, though. Are we caught up with Mr. Wilson now? You ready?
I think we have. Number 93 of Isaac Wilson. Do you have a copy, my guy?
I sure do.
You're going to come away 3rd in the points this season, edging out the 99 of Kevin Mulcahy. 1 point separated you in a butt kicker full sound setup to the number 4 of Matt Gagnon. How close? You guys ran in the back of this race all race long until probably about 5 or 6 to go, and then chaos ensued. You got caught up in an accident. What was going through your mind when you got caught up in that accident?
Initially, when I got caught up in the one where I'd used my fastest pair, I was thinking crap, because when it first happened, I was trying to turn my steering wheel. I wasn't turning at all, and I'm like, oh no, if I have to tow, that's my race. I mean, even if it's a caution, I'm going to go 1 to 2 laps down. So I was able to muscle it all the way around back to pit lane, and when we had the first green white checkered, I made it through that wreck. I can't remember where that wreck happened at. And then on that final restart, I figured out finally which truck was Kevin. I hadn't seen Kevin all race, so I didn't know what kind of truck he was running. And I was like, I don't care if I get 10th, 11th, 12th. I just got to finish 1 spot ahead of Kevin. That's what was going through my head. I wasn't really fighting Matt, because Matt was, I think, 4 or 5 points ahead of me. What was going through my head is just beating Kevin by 1 spot. And that's how I set up the whole last run, was getting around Kevin.
So the whole thing was based off of where those guys in the points all the way through, the awareness and putting it all together. That's what it takes to get these prizes and win these championships. And I know that you struggled and had your ups and downs all season long, but congratulations on getting third in the points and that second place finish, Isaac.
Yeah, I got to give a huge shout out to Philip, just completely dominating, taking us to school really all season long. I think he has 6 of the 8 wins.
Dominating.
Dominating, yeah, definitely dominating all season long. Granted, I probably should have 1 or 2, but I mean, it happens. Kind of look back at Talladega, if I could have got that win, could have came in here with more of a points buffer. Could have gotten second in the points if I would have won that race at Dega, but I'll come out P3. Plus, I think the Pimax was the one prize I was like really looking forward to getting, and I ended up finishing P3 to get it.
Well, congratulations, Isaac. And I'll throw it out there. We were drooling over that Pimax portal as well. The VR setup, it's going to add to the system that we can already tell you got all that RGB in the background. So you already got a pretty kick-ass setup. So that's going to add to it.
Yeah.
So anybody else you'd like to shout out, Isaac, while we have you up here in the broadcast booth?
Like always, gotta give a big shout out to SBRM. Let me run their paint scheme all season long. Big shout out to you guys putting on the show, making it exciting. Shout out to my wife for letting me sit here and race and scream my head off when I was able to beat Kevin. Big shout out to Butt Kicker, Pimax, and Thrustmaster for letting us race for these awesome prizes all season long. Definitely huge shout out to Philip. Like I said, winning that championship, even with missing a race, still collects a win. I think he won still by 17 points, which is absolutely insane. Huge shout out to Gagan. Me and him have some really good battles throughout the season, so hopefully come around. We have the next tournament. He's in there. We'll love to race against him again. And that's about it.
Appreciate your time, Isaac, and we look forward to maybe talking to you again next season. The 93 going to finish third in the points and second here at Daytona to wrap up the season. Isaac Wilson. Take care, man.
Later.
There he is. And
That's
finally, the 44. Without further ado, we're
Bum,
going to bring
bum,
him.
bum.
There he is. We're going to bring him up here in victory
yeah.
lane in championship mode. The 44, and everybody said it all season long. They just said it in the post-race interviews. Taking him to school.
The king has arrived.
So our new champion here, VRX World Cup Series, Philip Brewer, winning it by 17 points. It looked like you were sitting in the back most of this race, Philip, but you came out to the front with about 10 to go and just sneaking your way up through the field. You find yourself leading coming out of turn 4.
Oh yeah, it was a fun race. Got some green flag laps in. I don't know what happened to my qualifying. I don't know what I did, but I ran the slowest time out of anybody that qualified. But slowly but surely I moved up until I was able to get on the inside there, second in line. And that's where I like to be, more comfortable pushing. Then that outside lane kind of got checked up, and I figured that's my shot.
Well, you, sir, also are going home with a Thrustmaster T248 racing wheel. I know you talked about it in the season, and we talk about these prizes all season long. Congratulations on that championship, because that's what's really important. The bragging rights. I mean, the prizes are one thing, but to say that you're a champion after all of this with 6 wins, and I believe
Undisputed
6 wins, 7 top 5s. It's just congratulations.
Hey, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Can't say I expected it, but it's what it is.
Well,
if I could have got away with it, we would have been playing MC Hammer's You Can't Touch This when we brought you into the booth, man. I'm telling you right now, you had a great showing this year.
Thank you.
Well, Philip, we ask you every week, and usually you're thinking Bud Light, but I know that there's people that surround you that care, and they're there for you. Do you have anybody, even if it's just a random name, do you have anybody you'd like to thank for this championship and this awesome victory to cap it off?
I'll thank my parents for raising me, and all my siblings for sticking around.
Well, that's good enough.
Good
Thank
enough
you,
for me.
siblings. Thank you, siblings.
And he's going to Disneyland.
He's going to Disneyland. That's what you forgot, Philip. But thank you, siblings, for not pushing Philip Brewer too hard and giving him the confidence to be here tonight and get this win. I'll say it for you, Philip. Congratulations. You are the VRX World Cup Series champion. Thank you for your time and a great season. And I look forward to seeing what else you can do if you come back here in the Premier Series. Hopefully we can get you up here in the broadcast booth for that as well.
Oh, hell yeah. Hopefully. I'll see you guys again one day.
That was my round of applause for you, Mr. Brewer. Congratulations. Great race. God, I guess just domination. That's all I can say. Take care, man.
Thank you. You too. I appreciate it, guys.
So there he is doing the burnouts down on the grass, and Philip Brewer gets the win and the championship, locks it up by 17 points. Congratulations to that driver, a dominating performance. We also have one other driver because we interviewed 2 of our top 3 in the points, but we need to get the number 4 of Matt Gagnon up here, and I think you'll enjoy this, Kevin. So I think you'll be the one down there on pit road for him.
What I needed to do to win a championship, and I only did half of it, being finished in front of Wilson and Mulcahy. Great races to both of them, but not enough to beat Brewer. I mean, he's one hell of a racer. I got to tell you that. He's a smarter driver than I am, but
they need to test him to see if he's an AI driving out there.
Yeah, no, I actually think he's an alien. I think he came here on a spaceship, and that's his race car right there. But yeah. Yep.
I mean, I'm down here on
Matt,
pit road
great
too.
driving, man.
I'm sitting in the back
Butt
here.
kicker system, bro.
Butt kicker system.
I just want to ask real quick. You're coming out of turn 4. You see the guys that you need to beat. They're all around you. You even had the 818 of Hennies.
He had it.
There was just so much going on there. And how helpless do you feel coming out of turn 4 that there's literally nothing you can do about it?
I want to take it back even further back. I want to go back to the final restart when I'm with Kenny Reel, Chris Justice, and Brewer. We and Brewer were side by side. That was the point.
Yeah, that was a beautiful restart.
That was the point. It just sunk in right there. Yeah, I Brewer's got this. I can't do anything. That was my helpless feeling right there. It just sunk in. It just I just.
Oh.
It hurt.
When he got that push after you hit yours and they just took off on the inside there.
Yep. Yeah, I messed up that restart from second there. Me, Chris Justice, and Kenny Reel were making some devious plans there, but no, it didn't work out. And
didn't come to fruition.
Yep.
Well, nonetheless, Matt, you're going to take home the butt kicker full sound system setup, and you're going to have that awesome feeling of immersion underneath your seat. Because if there's one thing we've learned all season long, it is what you see is what you feel. And that's what it's all about, really.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it really is. I mean, I recently got a direct drive wheel, and I definitely can feel a difference. That was for the Atlanta race too. That was the first race I ran on it, so it helps a lot.
Which wheel did you get, brother?
Sorry.
What wheel did you get?
This was a Moza R12.
It's a big plug there. See,
It is a big plug. It's a big old beefy boy, and it's ripping up my desk right now. But I love it. It feels amazing. The feel is
All right, now
real.
you need to plug a desk company, and you might get a new desk out of the deal. No, I'm just messing with you, Mr.
Yeah,
Gaggins.
go ahead
You did
and
a great
plug 'em
job
right
back
now.
there, brother.
IKEA, thank you.
Yeah,
I
there
don't
you go.
know.
IKEA.
Yeah.
So he's got IKEA. That's probably
Walmart,
not the
I
desk
don't
you
know.
want for 10 Newton meters, but go
VRX
ahead and thank
simulators,
somebody.
You can send me a VRX
It's
simulator.
12.
12
12,
meters.
baby.
Well,
Yeah,
if there's
it's a
one
big,
thing, can you convert that to freedom units for me, please, Kevin?
Freedom
Newton
units.
meters.
That's close to
Washington feet.
tough guy right there. You know, a little hacksaw Jim Duggan for you.
How many
that's
eagle
good enough.
flaps is that?
Break a 2x4. 15 and a half. That's
Oh,
you know, like that. You know, the eagle call.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
air.
I
eagle.
You're
felt it.
picking on
actually.
me right now.
My
He's had a
arm
few of
just-
them Coors this evening, ladies and
I have.
gentlemen. My
Loosened up.
broadcast partners having some fun with me.
oh
yeah,
yeah.
having a good time. But Matt, congratulations on the second place and points and fifth place here tonight. It is all surprising that we were able to get through this entire season unscathed and not make any major mistakes. So do you have anybody that you'd like to shout out?
I
And
have a whole.
I would highly recommend you shout out Butt Kicker.
Oh, of
Just
course,
saying.
of course. Number one shout out, butt kicker. We're gonna put that to good use. We're gonna go win some races with the butt kicker. I'm gonna slap that decal highlighted right on all my schemes, right next to the fire breathing dragon, striking fear in all the competitors' hearts. VRX simulators, putting this on all the admins. I want to thank the broadcasters, you two, beautiful, beautiful guys doing this. My teammates, Jeremy Bailey, Chris Justice. We've had Kenny Real these past few races too. My competitors, shout out to Wilson, Mulcahy, and Brewer, especially the close rivals in the points, I guess. Also, thanks to Pimax and Thrustmaster, those two awesome products, I gotta say. Any fans I have out there watching, Kev, I love you. Thank you. And yeah, that's gonna be it from me. Ford Truck, Matt Gagnon. That'll be it.
I was a temporary fan. I just want to shout it out there. I jumped on the bandwagon for one race and one race only, but we got it done. Congratulations,
You
man.
got it done.
And you won that race, but Matt Gagnon, we're gonna send you away with
Yeah.
that fire-breathing dragon off in the sunset with your brand new butt kicker system, man. Have a great evening, and I hope you have many more wins and many more prizes to win in the future.
Of course, of course. Thank you guys again. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. This has been amazing.
Fifth place finisher here tonight. Here for VRX World Cup Series gets the win at Daytona with Isaac Wilson and Kevin Mulcahy. Your top three, Mulcahy falling down to fourth by 1 point under Isaac Wilson. Ryan Hinnings, he was in the top six. He's going to fall short and finish fourth. Matt Gagnon able to hold on to that second place in fifth. Chris Justice in sixth position. That would be Stephen Douglas Hines in seventh. Teresa Spiker in the 12. That's the Pimax 12. Driven by, I believe that was Lions here earlier in the season. She's going to bring home a top 10 in 8th. Ashley Ellison Jr. in 9th. And Benjamin Richards rounding out your top 10.
Great show.
Well, that concludes our season here for the VRX World Cup Series. If you enjoyed what you saw, make sure to subscribe to V-Speed. We've got a lot of racing we talked about, starting up with the VSRL on September 11th, BTDY on Tuesday night, and the Saturday Night Racing League on the 18th. For everybody at V-Speed, myself, Adam Baker, Eddie Smith, Alec Martinez, and my co-host here tonight, Kevin Hazelwood, we thank you. My name is Bradley Cooper. This is V-Speed signing off. We'll see you next time on the track.
I played a couple of simulators and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving, it feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out to 37.
Oh!
Burned!
Cabot, where did he come from? Here comes Zwack.
A punch from the 33.
It's a drag